Yo, what's going on, guys? It's THEONE. We are back with Etheria Restart on the channel. The topic of this video is, did Tiamat fall off? If you aren't aware, she was one of the most hyped up units going into this beta, and as people have been grinding the beta super hard, I haven't been doing that because I'm not trying to get burnt out before launch. People have figured out and come to the conclusion that Tiamat isn't as, what people hoped she would be mid to late game, and that she quote unquote falls off. So in this video, I'll be giving my take on the situation, whether I agree or disagree, and whether that statement's true. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
I am the Lion Sin of Pride, the mighty Escanor, and welcome to the pinnacle of Gacha gaming on YouTube, the One.
Alright, so the argument that people are posing who say that Tiamat falls off is that mid to late game, the value that she has initially, early game, isn't there, and it tapers out, and you're better off rerolling for units like Real Mocha, Born, Rosa, basically a DPS is what people are saying. You're better off rerolling for a DPS like these three, then going for Tiamat, because mid to late game Tiamat falls off. That's basically the argument being posed here. And honestly, I agree. I honestly agree, right? I agree. However, you do have to be aware that as a free-to-play player, you're gonna want to reroll for a unit that's good in a multitude of places, not a unit that's only good in specific areas, right? So as a free-to-play player, like, you also have to think of how many units you're going to be able to build up at a time, right? I've been going through the Reddit page, and people have been complaining about, EXP and how long it's taking to build up characters. So you're going to want to use build characters can be played in many areas, and Tiamat is a unit like that. So early game, she's going to benefit you massively, right? She's going to benefit you massively. But then late game, when you're going to need more DPS, right? Rosa, Born, Real Mocha, they're going to help elevate you to the next level, right? And that is just the truth. So I don't think that it has to be one way or another, right? It doesn't have to be one way or the other. You don't need to reroll for Tiamat, and same way you don't have to reroll for Rosa, Born, Real Mocha. It just comes down to this. If you want your early game to be smooth sailing and very much, you can just click auto and sit back and just let the game play by itself, I go for Tiamat, right? But if you're wanting to have a slower start, right? A slower start as a free-to-play player, I'm taking all of this into account as a free-to-play player, right? But if you are going to start off as a free-to-play player, picking a DPS character and not a tank DPS hybrid like Tiamat, right? Then your early game progression is going to be much slower. However, those who pick DPS characters like Rosa, Real Mocha, they're going to catch up mid to late game to those players who initially picked Tiamat early game. There's also benefits like Tiamat is also good in PvP, Tiamat is good in module bosses, Tiamat is good in union bosses. Like, that's just literally the thing. She's good everywhere. She's not amazing everywhere, but she's good everywhere. And I think that's what people, that's what makes Tiamat stand out, in my opinion, is that she's good everywhere. And the saying, a jack of all trades is the master of none, right? So that's my take on that. Now, for the people who are saying that, oh, I want to reroll for where's he at? I want to reroll for Marvel, right? Those people who are saying like they want to reroll for Marvel, all right, you're okay. That's actually crazy. For those of you saying that you want to reroll for Marvel over Tiamat, that's actually crazy, because SRs are gonna come, right? They're gonna come. So basing your whole account around the SR doesn't make much sense, right? So it would make more sense to go for or reroll for a SSR that's going to impact your account and help your early game progression, right? But for me personally, I am spending, right? I'll have 2 accounts. On my main whale account, I'm going to be selecting Rosa. That's what I'm going to be doing. I have changed my mind multiple times between if I wanted to go for Rosa, if I wanted to go for Tiamat. And it came down to the one thing is that I'm spending money and I already have a team in mind that I'm going to be going for, that I'm going to be building day one, right? So I'm going to be going for Rosa and I'm going to be spending. So I'll be able to make up for the fact that I'm not getting Tiamat, right? So I don't need Tiamat to support my team and help carry my underdeveloped units, because that's another thing. Tiamat carries your underdeveloped units. So units that aren't high leveled or highly geared early game, she's gonna carry you with her shields, right? So for spending, you can use DPS units if you want. Like, that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I'm willing to make that sacrifice because I'm spending. But on my free-to-play account, I'm gonna be going for Tiamat because I know I want a smooth sailing early game progression, right? And we'll go from there, right? So it's basically a matter of what you're looking for and how or where you want your struggle to lie. Because you're always going to struggle if you're a free-to-play player, and it's just a matter of deciding if you want that struggle to be in the early game or the mid to late game. Tiamat, there's nothing wrong with her. She's still a very, very good unit in my opinion. People are overreacting, right? People are overreacting. I think Tiamat is perfectly fine. And if you disagree, then pick someone else and let me know how your early game goes. So, do I think Tiamat has fallen off? No. I think she does exactly what she needs to do, and that's carry your team into the very difficult stages of the game, right? She does her job perfectly. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Do you think Tiamat fell off? I'd be very interested to read your comments. That's all I have for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more Etheria Restart content. Join my Discord, Lions Pride, right? I'll be remaking my union at global launch. And to join it, you'll have to be a member of the Discord so we can all communicate there, share tips, share builds, all that type of good stuff. So yeah, until next time, take care and peace, guys.
This is Escanor, the Lion Sin of Pride from 7 Deadly Sins. Thank you for watching the pinnacle of Gacha gaming on YouTube, The One.